On the evening of April 14th, 1865, the course of American history was forever altered. President Abraham Lincoln, just days after leading the Union to victory in the Civil War, was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. This tragic event shocked the nation and left an indelible mark on history. Today we recount the days leading up to the fateful night, the assassination itself, and the aftermath of a nation in mourning. The Civil War had finally come to an end. The Union stood victorious, and President Abraham Lincoln began envisioning a reunited America. In his second inaugural address, delivered just weeks earlier, Lincoln spoke of malice toward none and charity for all, reflecting his vision of healing a divided nation. Yet not everyone shared his optimism. Confederate sympathizers, angered by the South's defeat, began plotting against the man they saw as the architect of their downfall. Among those who despised Lincoln was John Wilkes Booth, a popular actor and fervent supporter of the Confederacy. Booth devised a plan to strike at the heart of the Union by killing Lincoln, Vice President Andrew Johnson, and Secretary of State William Seward. On the morning of April 14th, Booth learned that Lincoln would attend a play at Ford's Theatre that evening, Our American Cousin. This presented the perfect opportunity for his heinous act. The Lincolns arrived at Ford's Theatre that evening in high spirits, accompanied by Major Henry Rathbone and his fiancée Clara Harris. Little did they know, Booth was already inside, preparing to execute his deadly plan. At 10:15 p.m. Booth slipped into the presidential box and fired a single shot from a .44 caliber Derringer pistol, striking Lincoln in the back of the head. Major Rathbone tried to stop Booth but was stabbed in the struggle. Booth leapt to the stage, shouting, "Sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants," before fleeing into the night. Lincoln was carried across the street to the Peterson House, where doctors worked tirelessly to save him. But the wound was fatal. At 7:22 a.m. on April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln took his final breath. Secretary of War Edwin Stanton famously remarked, "Now he belongs to the ages." Meanwhile, Booth fled the city with the help of accomplices. A nationwide manhunt ensued, culminating 12 days later in Booth's capture and death in a Virginia barn. Other conspirators, including Lewis Powell and Mary Surratt, were tried and executed for their roles in the plot. The nation plunged into mourning. Millions gathered to pay their respects as Lincoln's body was transported by train from Washington, D.C., to his final resting place in Springfield, Illinois. His death left a void in the hearts of Americans and cast a shadow over the fragile process of Reconstruction. Lincoln's assassination was a tragic end to a life dedicated to the ideals of liberty and unity. Yet his legacy endures. From the Emancipation Proclamation to the preservation of the Union, Lincoln's contributions continue to shape the United States. History remembers Abraham Lincoln as one of America's greatest leaders, a man who guided the nation through its darkest hour and inspired generations to come. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that shaped the world.